Hello, I'm John, welcome to my channel Disquiet and Dragons, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about The Survivor by James Herbert. Hello and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world. And today I'm at the Royal Air Force Museum at RAF Cosford, not far from Wolverhampton. Absolutely brilliant place. So I'll put some video of the planes and all the exhibits up in between me talking. But with there being so many aeroplanes around today, I thought it'd be a good time to talk about a book that I've just read. It's part of my James Herbert read-along or readathon, where I'm reading every one of his books in chronological order until I get up to Ash, which is the only one of his works that I haven't read. So yeah, today I'm going to talk about The Survivor, and an aeroplane, kind of like the one in the background, is very much a central part of this story. It follows our main character, who's actually a aeroplane co-pilot, Keller, and there's been a horrific air accident. A big passenger jet has crash landed just outside of Eton in England, and everybody on board this plane unfortunately passed away, apart from Keller, the co-pilot, who somehow miraculously walked away from this wreckage. You know, the wreckage is on fire and burning, and he just like walks away from it. So the story then follows Keller. He's really guilt-ridden, as you would be. He's like, why am I the only one to survive? Why me? And you follow him, and he tries to work out why he survived. And then strange things around Eton start happening, strange supernatural occurrences. And this is it's the third book that James Herbert wrote, and I feel it's the first book where it was more of a haunting, like supernatural type story. As fantastical and over the top as the rats is, they're still rats, and the fog, it's like, without spoiling it, it's not really supernatural, but this one is. It's ghostly presences, and as his previous work, James Herbert, he's not afraid to get vicious with it. These aren't friendly ghosts, they really aren't. They really are terrifying. There are certain characters, and they are literally frightened to death. As we follow Keller and his search to find out why everything happened and why he was the one that walked away from this crash, we find he gets introduced to this medium character, and he's trying to persuade Keller that everything happens for a reason, and that, you know, talking to things in the afterlife is possible. And Keller, he isn't swayed by what this guy is saying. He's very much a non-believer despite everything that's happened. But as the story progresses and stranger things start to happen around Eton and the surrounding area, Keller, he's kind of swayed. So yeah, we follow him as he's trying to figure out what happened to him. As a book, I don't think it's quite as good as The Rats or The Fog, but that's not saying it's not a great book. I'd give it a solid 4 stars. Really enjoyed it, really fast paced, but that's kind of James Herbert's signature writing style. He does not hang about in any of his books. They tend to introduce you to a character, and then there's a bit of the story regarding that character and their character arc, and then, as in his previous books, he'll swap to a chapter with like some random character that you haven't met, and just that one chapter is pretty much that character meeting a grisly end most of the time. And I've always enjoyed the way that James Herbert does that with his books, and as with his previous books, it follows this structure. And this one, yeah, is the first supernatural type book that he wrote, and I think over time, I think James Herbert is very much at his best when he's writing supernatural ghost type stories. So with this being the 3rd book that I've read in my reread of all of James Herbert's works, it's probably the worst one so far, but it's still a great book. I've read 3 and all 3 have been really enjoyable. The next one up is Fluke, which is a really interesting book, and I wouldn't actually say that was a horror novel, but I think his work holds up really well, considering some of these stories are 50 years old, well 50 years plus. I thought The Rats held up really well, as did The Fog, although I preferred The Rats to The Fog. This held up really well too. So, finishing up, I'd say if you want a really fast-paced, supernatural, spooky type book with a bit of nastiness to it, it's definitely got a brutal edge to it, considering a lot of ghost stories don't. This one's definitely got a nasty side to it. Definitely worth a read. And if you do want to join me in reading some of James Herbert's works, I've got a Discord for the channel, and we talk about the James Herbert books, and we've got various different channels on there as well. There's a monthly Disquiet and Dragons book club where we vote for what book we're going to read. There's various soft read-alongs as well. At the moment we're making our way through the Wayfarers series by Becky Chambers, and we're going through Red Rising as well, which has been really good. But yeah, I'll put the Discord invite link in the description. It'd be great if you checked it out and came and had a talk to us. Pretty small community at the moment, but some really good people on there. Really enjoy talking to them. And that brings us to the end of the video. I hope you're doing well wherever you are. I hope you're enjoying what you're reading. As always, thank you so much for watching and subscribing. Always appreciate anyone who comments or likes the videos. It really does mean the world to me. But with that being said, I'm going to go and look at these aeroplanes, and I'll see you in another video soon. So take care. Bye.